So I recently got the LG 27GS95QE, the successor to the 27GR version, but there has been some confusion, and I just want to clear it up to help you make that awesome buying decision. Is this a first, second, or third gen OLED panel? An improvement, or just more of the same? I was able to find some information from the Asus CES 2024 Transcendence Conference, and some more information from TFT Central. Now TFT Central thinks this is an updated wOLED panel, and if we look at the Asus conference, the first gen, second gen, and third gen OLED panels. What's interesting to note, which makes me think this may be a second gen OLED monitor, but just way improved, or it is using a third gen panel. The reason why I say this is because if you look at the 34-inch and 39-inch monitors from Asus, it states here 30% brighter, but those two monitors do not have the new pixel arrangement that the 32 and 27 have. That dual mode monitor on the 32-inch and that 480Hz on the 27. So those have a new pixel layout, but the 39 and 34 don't, but it has the 30% increased brightness. Now the 27GS95QE does not have the new pixel layout, but it is way brighter. That's a substantial improvement over the 600 to 700 nits many have been getting on last year's model. That is not an algorithm change. That is not a software update. That has to be an entirely new panel. But here's the kicker though. I have not been able to see any kind of dimming on this new OLED monitor, which I have been able to see on the GR and the Asus model. So it's able to get brighter with no hint of ABL anywhere. So today I just want to clear up, the 27GS95QE is an amazing improvement, and that's the monitor you should be buying. And even if you see the GR on sale, don't get that. You're going to be kicking yourself later on. So first let's look at the brightness, and then I'll show you ABL. Here we have the 27GR95QE on the left, and the PG27AQDM on the right. Now hands down, the Asus is the best monitor of these two. It's brighter, has that heatsink, looks more colorful. Overall, it's just way better. So if you're deciding to get one of these, the Asus is it. But here with the presets, on Vivid, Gamer 2, and Racing, Vivid pushes too much blue. Hence you can see that bluish look, but it's dimmer. While Gamer 2 has DAS mode. DAS mode is low input lag mode. You need that if you want to play competitively. Now I play with low input lag mode on all my monitors. So if you're into monitors, you want that enabled. I guess DAS mode is disabled on Vivid, as it wants to give you a better picture, but it does dim it sometimes. And that's one thing I've always said. If you look at my first review of the 27GR95QE, while I loved it at that time, there's just so much competition out right now. And that monitor has given me so much trouble on getting that perfect picture. Vivid, Gamer 2, which one's better? Sometimes one is better than the other. But now seeing that blue push, that overall dim picture, and DAS mode disabled, I just tend to stay with Gamer 2. But with Gamer 2, if you select contrast above 60, you will get ABL. But that is on the worst case scenario. You can clearly see the PG27AQDM is the way better monitor. It's brighter, no blue push, and way less ABL. So if you're going to get these two monitors, get the PG27AQDM. But here with all three, you can clearly see that ABL kick in on the 27GR95QE with a contrast rating of 70. That's what I have it on all three. And one thing the 27GS95QE, the new 2024 version, peak brightness. You can enable it in SDR and HDR, and that destroys both monitors. And you're going to be very surprised when I versus this against the Alienware AW3225QF. Now on that QD OLED monitor that just got released, HDR Peak 1000 looks amazing, and it's the best HDR image I've been able to see on a monitor. But if we select True Black 400, I'm telling you guys, this LG looks more impactful, even more colorful, more vibrant. I couldn't believe my eyes. So I'm going to bring that to you as fast as possible. I will be getting the MSI 271QRX to be able to compare and versus it against this LG QD OLED versus wOLED at 27 inches. But if you compare it versus the 32 already on the Alienware, I personally would prefer the 27GS95QE. It's that good. But you can see right here, not in all scenes does this happen. From all the 12 games from Street Fighter Anthology, about 3 of them show ABL on both of these monitors. So it's a worst case scenario, and it only happens with a white impactful image hits the screen, or a huge explosion that takes the whole screen. You may never see this, but I test everything. I test worst case scenarios, and if I can show it, it happens, and you can't deny it. Here on the 27GR95QE, we're looking at Vivid mode, 55 contrast. I selected 55 because if you go above 60, the ABL kicks in. So I want to give you an image that does not show any kind of ABL. But this is the brightest it's gonna get on an image like this, and you can easily compare against the other two monitors. Now on the bottom, I do have Gamer 2 at 70 contrast. That's the preferred image. We have DAS mode on. The colors look better, and we get that bright, impactful image. but the ABL kicks in drastically, and it's very comparable to the Asus. Of course, Asus has racing mode on at 100% brightness, just like the LG's, but it has that heatsink. It has some cool features that maybe may improve the image versus the LG. Destiny 2, even with ABL kicking in here in Street Fighter, on Destiny, the image just doesn't look that bright. It's hovering around 200 nits. Now to me, that is too low in brightness to really enjoy it. While the Asus looks really good. Sure, it could be brighter, but we're talking about last year's technology. Now coming in for 2024 is the 27GS95QE. 100% brightness on Gamer 2 at 70 contrast with DAS mode on. No ABL whatsoever in all 12 games. And that's the thing, these things will happen here and there. Now you might say, well, I've never seen that. That's never happened to me. Hey guys, I'm really picky. I'm really detailed, and I can see it. So if you're deciding to buy one of these monitors, future-proof yourself and get the GS version. I was totally surprised of what I'm seeing. The GS is better than both models. And that's the whole point of the video, to show you when you compare all three and in different modes, the wOLED on the GS version does not dim. You don't want anything distracting your image, and when the picture would dim on the GR, it would annoy the heck out of me. I mean, I paid $1,000 for it to dim? Come on guys. And now I got this GS for $850, and it's brighter, no dimming, and that peak brightness for SDR and HDR just takes it to the next level. LG should have better worded this monitor, because the improvements are there. You can clearly see it here in this video. Look here with Vega, you can see the Asus dims, but on Gamer 2 on the LG GR, it's dimming even more. That is so annoying, while on the GS, it's perfect. I mean, if you look at Vivid mode on the GR, it looks equal to the 27AQDM. So like I said, this monitor cannot make up its mind what picture it wants to give you. Vivid looks nice sometimes, while Gamer 2 looks better sometimes. But you want DAS mode on, so for any gamer, it has to be Gamer 2 or Gamer 1. And don't even get me started in HDR mode. The cap on the 27GR is about 600 nits. So HDR is an okay experience. Well, yes, the Asus takes it to the next level. You can see my review video in the playlist. I have it both on the 27GR and the Asus PG27AQDM. I even have a versus video showing more Street Fighter footage, among other games. So I wouldn't say the dimming is night and day like it always happens. No. But it's worst case scenario, and that's what I like doing. Being detailed, thinking out of the box, showcasing things, so you know what you're getting yourself into. If you're deciding to get any of these three monitors, the LG 27GS95QE is your better bet. There's no plans on Asus making this 27-240Hz model, but they are making a 480Hz model, LG and Asus. And that's what I'm going to get to be able to compare it to the LG here on the GS. 240 versus 480. I'm sure it's going to be more expensive, but it'd be pretty cool to see. Like I said guys, no ABL on the 27GS95QE. No dimming. Peak brightness option is amazing. HDR looks very good, and I can't wait to versus it against other QD OLED monitors. This wOLED is going to give them a run for their money. Mark my words, you're going to see it here on the channel. If those QD OLEDs can beat this, man, that's crazy, and we're all in for a treat when you can pick up any QD OLED and offer that kind of performance. But time will tell. So hit that like button, friends, so more people can see this video to help them decide if maybe that QD OLED is not worth it. And subscribe if you want to see those specific versus videos. The plan is to get as many QD OLEDs as possible, so consider becoming a channel member, as it truly helps me bring technology to you faster than ever. Links will be in the description if you're interested in the GS, PG, or GR. Hey, I mean at $500, then it's pretty cool. wOLED at 27 inches. But if you're going into the $700 territory, do yourself a favor, future-proof yourself, and get the GS. Just wanted to showcase this information, friends, to help you make that awesome buying decision. LG is back, and this monitor is an upgrade all across the board over the GR version. Thanks for watching, friends. Stay safe out there. I'll see you guys next time.